up, guys? I am out in the St. Louis area. It's Valley Park, Missouri, which is St. Louis area. I'm at a shipper, just picked up a little piece of machinery. It's for a golf course, something that spreads the sand or something to do with the grass. But we got this little piece of machinery right here. It's about 5 or 6 feet long and it's about 7 feet wide, around 2,000 pounds, maybe slightly less, and I just used 2 chains to secure it. Have one chain pulling it inwards, ran it to the other side and did the same thing, and we got the chain on the front pulling it inwards, ran it across to the other side and did the same thing. And that's what we have. Alright guys, now I've got to drive to Kansas City. This load is going to California, LA area. We're going to Kansas City, got another load to pick up that's going to LA, and then tomorrow morning picking up a load out of Arkansas that's also going to LA area. So let's head on over to Kansas. It's a 3.5 hour drive and pick up the second load. Hey guys, just got to the second shipper in Kansas City. It's a huge building over here. A very large warehouse. So I just gave them a call, waiting for the guy to come out with a forklift. I'm picking up 4 pallets, and they will require a tarp. It's super windy out here. Alright guys, we got 3 of these crates on here so far. We got one more. I'm gonna go just to be sure on the weight, because they did say it weighs about 900 some pounds each. There's 4 of them, but he says they're probably like around between 500 and 700 each, so he's just gonna weigh it. I'm just curious how much weight it is, so I'm gonna get started on strapping these front 2 crates, and when he brings the other one, we'll continue. Alright guys, got the load strapped down, about to throw the tarp on it, but here's what I got. 2 straps per 2 crates. And these actually are 920 pounds, he said. Alright guys, all done tarping this thing. Wrapped like a candy bar. And now I've got a 5.5 hour drive to Arkansas to pick up my next load. So let's wrap this up and hit the road. What's up guys, just got to my next shipper. Just pulled into the facility and waiting to get loaded. Alright guys, here's what we got. We got 4 pallets. Alright, about to get this thing secured and hit the road. Alright guys, got everything secured. I've got 2 straps on the first pallet. We've got 2 straps on the second pallet. Got 2 straps on the third one. And I've got 3 straps on the last one. Just because it is sitting a little bit on the mega ramps, so I thought I'd put 3 straps over it just for that peace of mind. All right guys, let's hit the road and I'll give you guys some details on the way. What's up guys? I am about 8.5 hours away from making my first drop, so I'm right before, maybe like an hour away from Flagstaff, Arizona. The first drop is gonna be these 4 crates that are under the tarp. They are going to the port in right around Long Beach, California. So that's gonna be the first drop. Then the second drop is not too far away, and it's these things right here. And guys, this very last pallet has been giving me a lot of trouble because it's constantly shifting. The way they put it on a pallet and banded it, the bands that are around holding it, they're very loose, so this stuff is shifting. I already fixed it one time, and these things are heavy, so even if I loosen the straps, I can barely push these with my hands because they are pretty heavy. So I just loosened the straps and re-secured it again, but you can see how it's shifting off of the pallet. And this looks like it's about to break as well because everything is shifting. I mean, I've got enough securement on it. I've got 3 straps and I tightened it really well. But yeah, it's just the way they put it on the pallet. They didn't secure it very well. They should have, like this bottom portion right here has a band going right around just the bottom half of it. They should have done the same thing here, put it from side to side, like halfway, and put a band around it to hold it. But pretty much all of these are just loose. Look at this band. What is this gonna hold? This isn't gonna hold anything. Unbelievable. So it's been giving me trouble. I'm like driving on these roads on Highway 40. So many potholes and the roads are just awful, and every time I hit a pothole I'm just worried that this is going to shift again, and I am just hoping that it doesn't. So hopefully I can make it to the drop securely and get this crap dropped off. And then I've got my third load, which is this piece right here. This is gonna be, I think, an hour and a half away from my second drop, and I'll probably drop this on Friday morning. This is going to a golf course. But to give you guys the breakdown of how much these 3 loads pay. So this load right here is $1,200. This load right here is $3,000, and this load right here is $2,900. No, I'm sorry, $2,700. Yeah, so total for 3 loads is $6,900. And as soon as I drop everything off, I've got a load already lined up to go pick up on Friday out of also around LA area, and it's going to, where was it going? Going to Arkansas. So should be about 14 pieces of light poles. They're 25 feet long, and it should be 1 pallet, so it's going to be about 4,000 pounds for everything. Sounds much better than everything that I've got on the trailer now. But this is a really good paying load. These 3 loads, it's they all add up to $3.20 per mile, so not too shabby. But yeah, I'm at a Love's truck stop. Just messed around with that pallet. It's really worrying me, but yeah, gonna get an early start tomorrow. Probably start driving about 4 a.m. because I have to make it at a decent time to that port because they close at 4. So I want to make it there early enough so I have enough time to drop my second load tomorrow as well. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up guys, just made it to my first drop at the port in Long Beach. I think this is Long Beach, California. About to be escorted to where this needs to be dropped, and I am in a hurry because it is 2:13 p.m. 30-minute drive to my next drop, and they close at 4. So, and I still have to untarp this load and get it off the trailer. So I'll do my best to record the drop off, but we'll see what happens because I am in a hurry. Alright guys, got that load dropped off and now heading to the second drop, 23 minutes away. We'll get there at 3:16 p.m. and they close at 4, so should work out. Let's head on over that way and get that dropped. It's like at some kind of a container yard. It's kind of weird, strange, the stuff that I'm bringing and going to a container yard, but we'll see what happens over there. Alright guys, we got the final load dropped, and now I've got 2 pickups that I need to do. One is kind of going an hour upwards from where I am, and the other one is an hour down from where I am. And the first drop is going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, but the problem here is Highway 40 near Flagstaff is closed due to winter weather. They had some snow, so they closed Highway 40. So now I'm trying to figure out which load I want to pick up first and see which way I am going to go towards Oklahoma City, because the map wants to take me all the way up through Las Vegas into Utah and add like an extra 5 hours to my drive. So it's a pain in the butt. So let me get this figured out and we'll go make the first pickup. Just arrived at the shipper and I am picking up 14 25-foot light poles. I think he said they're about 5 inches in diameter, and I've got 1 pallet to go along with it. And they said total weight is 4,000 pounds. We'll see if that's accurate. For such thin pipes, I don't think they're going to be that heavy. But waiting for them to move that truck so I can pull in and we'll get loaded. Then I believe it's about a 2-hour drop down to the next pickup. So let's get loaded over here, head on over to the next one. All right guys, just got loaded and here's what we have. We got this pallet here that has the hardware. It's got bolts and some other stuff, and we've got these 25-foot light poles. They said there's 14 of them, but I don't know what size they are. It looks like there's only 9 or 8. Oh no, I guess they got a couple of them going this way and a couple going that way, so 14 pieces. So let's get this thing secured. Alright guys, just got to the shipper and I'm picking up this box right here. It's about 150 pounds and I need to tarp it, so I think I'm gonna wrap it into the tarp and then we'll put it down like on a side and secure it. Alright guys, we're all wrapped up and strapped down. I used my 18-foot tarp with a 6-foot overhang. They said this box was 20 feet. This box is a lot longer. It's closer to 24, 25 feet. So I didn't have enough tarp and I didn't want to pull out my 27-foot tarp. But they had some bags. We put some bags on it and I used my bungees to hold it in. So I think we got it secured pretty good. And I just kind of wrapped the tarp around the piece and then just strapped it down. Should be good. All right guys, I'm gonna get on the road because lately it's been so hard making videos because I feel like I'm always in a rush and there's just not enough time for anything. So let me get on the road and we'll talk about these loads a little bit later. Good morning guys, just got to my first receiver, which is Camping World in Oklahoma City. Just making my way through the lot to where we're gonna drop this 24-foot box. It ended up being 24 feet and not 20 feet like they said.
Head southwest.
Alright guys, just dropped that load off and heading to Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Got about a 3-hour and 40-minute drive to drop that second load off. Alright guys, so I dropped off both of my loads. First one in Oklahoma City and the second one in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Now I'm heading over to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've got a load that I'm picking up and I will give you guys the details on that load in the next video. But the two loads that I dropped off today, the first one that went to Oklahoma City paid $1,100 and the one to Arkansas paid $2,200, so $3,300 total. And that puts me at $10,200 for the week. That is actually a super good week, and I have not had a week like this in a very long time. So I am super excited, and hopefully things will stay close to that. I know it's not going to be that great all the time, but if we're close to that, that would be good. So very good week. Hoping to have another great week this week, thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.